Maybelline, please don't be like Maybelline. Shapes of life from magazines. I'm talking Maybelline. Sees your eyes but sees your thing. Can never be the one she's meant to be. Everyone's life's a game. I'm singing Maybelline. I think that she's the 17. The clutch to touch to what you need.
Hey guys, welcome to Surf and Show. I'm Noel Salas, and today's surfboard review is on the Modern Fish by Akila aipa. Now I've got 3 boards. They're all the exact same dimensions, but they're in 3 different constructions. They're 5'5" by 19 by 2 5/16. Leaders coming in at 25.6. I'm 5'9" and 160 pounds. This is going to be a fun review. Sit back, get your favorite drink, enjoy the show. So if you follow the show, you know I reviewed a fish by Akila a couple years ago that had a similar outline and tail design. Now, he was calling that board the Fish, and I was poking around his website looking to see what he was making that was new that I could review because I have so much fun on his boards. And I saw that there was a contemporary fish and a modern fish, and I didn't know what the difference was. So I gave him a call and I said, hey, what board did I review for me? He's like, oh, you did the contemporary fish. And I said, well, what's the modern fish all about? And instead of me telling you, I had Akila join us from Hawaii, just shoot a little video, break down the board attributes, and tell us the difference between the modern fish and the contemporary fish. Check it out.
Right on, how's it guys? Sorry I can't be in California right now to work on this review with Noel, but travel's not so easy right now, so we're going to try and get it done from here. So I guess in comparison here, if we want to compare the contemporary fish to the modern fish, the main point of difference would be that contemporary fish is meant to be ridden a little shorter, probably in the 5'1" to 5'3" range, and the mod fish is averaging anywhere between the 5'5" to 5'6" range. And the main point of difference is losing some width in the center and lengthening the rail line so that we can push harder and kind of go after a closer to a performance feel when the waves do pick up, without riding the shorter board and having all that width kind of playing out on us. So with all that speed, we're trying to find some control now. So with it being a little longer, we're able to go a little narrower in the center and in the hips. And you know, my concave hasn't changed so much. It's still a slight single to a double, flowing off to V. My rail apex is pretty low. So when you put it on rail, it responds. Okay, so that being said, I guess the main points of difference is it being a little longer and a little narrower, and that offering that performance and pivot in waves of probably 2 to 5 feet, where the contemporary seems to shine in waves 1 to 3 feet because of that width and that wide tail. So I think they complement each other really nicely. It just depends on what the customer is looking for and what kind of waves they're going to surf consistently, and then maybe eventually they might have one of each to enhance their small wave surfing, and one to stay on the fish if they want to ride in a little bigger stuff. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, Noel. Sorry I couldn't be there. Thank you guys. Surf and Show. Aloha.
Now I want to talk about the board constructions. Akila first sent the PU Poly, and I was riding this for about a week and a half in the ocean. Felt great underfoot. And I was telling Akila that I'm going to BSR Surf Resort to do some board testing, and I wish we had made this board in EPS. And he jumped on the idea of sending me a couple different constructions that they've been doing in EPS for some of their custom orders. So this board is EPS, and you see this red line, it looks like a stringer, but it's actually glue. So that glue probably has a little bit of dampener, like absorbing some of the vibration that you would get from an EPS board. But this is really about him saying, hey, no, take this to the pool, give it a run, and give me some feedback, because we've been making it for guys that are a little bit lighter, and it's about how the board loads and how it springs back. He goes, it's super light, and I would really like for you to get some turns on it, both in the ocean and the pool, and let me know. Now, On this one here, this has a 1-inch high density foam stringer. So this is EPS, and this right here, this high density foam is going to offer more rigidity. It's going to be a little bit faster springing back into its normal state. Now, that's what it is supposed to do in concept. Now, I started with these two boards in the pool, and right off the bat, this board, when I put it in the water, I could feel that pop in projection, and it felt like my timing was spot on. Then I got on this one with the glue, and I kind of felt like it was loading, and when I'd come off the bottom, it was not springing back as fast as I'd like. So there was a bit of a time where I had to adapt. But I got some great turns on it, but every now and then I'd come out of a turn and it would do something strange, and I just felt like for a guy my size at 160 pounds and how hard I'm pushing in my bottom turns and my top turns, that I wasn't getting that pop and projection with consistency that I was looking for. Now I want to talk about the fins I chose. And this design is really meant to be ridden as a twin fin or a twin plus trailer. And I was dying to ride it as a twin, so I started with the HP keels. Now this is my fin design, and the HP stands for high performance. Here's some clips of me riding the PU Poly in the ocean and this board both in the pool and the ocean. Check it out.
I think that she's the 17. Because they tell you what you need. Look, they tell you it's sorry. Tell you something about the life, but you can't hear me now. You ain't got no time to see me, cause you're living now. Everything I want to tell you is just walk about, walk about, walk about, walk about.
Now that we've seen a few waves in a couple different environments, the HP keels felt great. Some of the things I really like about this fin is that wide base gives me that resistance, so I'll push hard through my turns and have good hold and good drive through the turn. Now, some of the things that I noticed, both front side and back side, is it had that release that I like with good pivot, and I especially noticed that in the pool. When I took this board and I put the HP keels in there, I thought, man, is the board going to slide out? This is a little bit more like a beach break setting, right? It has some really hollow, steep sections, and I really pushed on this board with the keels as hard as I could at times, and I felt like, man, the fin's really responding well, and I could get up and pivot it quick, almost like it felt like it had a little center fin. So for me, this board, both the PU Poly and this EPS, whether I was in the pool or the ocean, the HP keels felt great. Now the other fin setup I ran was a twin plus trailer, and I used Akila aipa's twin fins exclusively. I started on the PU Poly with the Futures. This is a fiberglass fin, so it's offering more consistency, a little bit better for you bigger guys, or even a wave with more punch. Now I paired it with the T1 trailer, and then Akila sent in his prototypes, something he's working on that he made. This is honeycomb. It comes with a trailer, and I took these fins and I ran it in the pool exclusively on both of the EPS boards. Both sets felt great. Check out these waves.
I'm singing Maybelline. I think that she's the 17. Because they tell you what you need. Look, they tell you it's sorry. Ba-ba-da-da-boom. Tell you something about the life, but you can't hear me now. You ain't got no time to see me, cause you're living now. Everything I want to tell you, you just walk about, pop, walk about, singing Maybelline, amazing things. Everybody's got a thing. All the things you say isn't free. Oh, I sing in Maybelline. Please don't be like Maybelline. It's always feeling free. Nothing's what it ever seems. I'm singing Maybelline, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 bye, pop, 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 Maybelline. Please don't be like Maybelline. Please don't be like Maybelline.
Now that you've seen a few waves, both fin sets felt great. Whether I was in the pool or I was in the ocean, this little trailer right here really gives the board good stability and something to pivot off of. For me, my HP keels, I ran that in one left, well overhead coming off the bottom. This board still had the hold with those fins, but when you put this little trailer in, it kind of goes to the next level. It's like riding a thruster with a lot more speed, and you're not lacking that pivot. Because this tail's so wide and there's a gap between the twins, it really helps to transition from a thruster or whatever you're riding. When you get on a board like this, start with a twin plus trailer and then go into your twin fins. I think you guys are going to love it. So let's look at some waves together. You can see the Modern Fish has that quick get up and go speed. I'm a little bit behind on this right. I'm thankful I had the little trailer fin because I hit this layback going so fast. I had good control there. Now at the pool, I like the pop and the projection through turns and those tight transitions. And on the left, one of the things I really liked is I'm going top to bottom and there's no hesitation on my bottom turns. So rail to rail, this board's smooth with good flow. Now here's the keels. You can see top to bottom, great flow. Look at the pivot. Just like I had a little center fin right there. So those are feeling great. Here's the left on the keels. Board's going top to bottom very nicely, good control. And I never felt like I was going to slide out. So the Modern Fish, it's a favorite for 2020. I'm calling it a one board quiver. Best in 1 to 6 foot surf. And I know you guys are going to ask me which board did I like best. Whether it was in the ocean or the pool, the HD EPS suited me best. I really liked the way it had that pop and projection through my turns and the consistency. Now all three boards had that speed. I felt like the model itself carries great flow from turn to turn and it's really smooth rail to rail. Now on customizing, it was a fun conversation with Akila. We put channels in the back here, and then this particular construction, Akila said they've been adding carbon on the bottom to give it that rigidity and offer that consistency and pop. So I had fun on all three boards and I think you will too. And I believe this board's best suited for that intermediate all the way to pro level surfers. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's review on the Modern Fish by Akila aipa. Special shout out thanks to Akila for joining us on the show and sending these boards down for review. Look, if you like the show, subscribe. If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. But until next time, we'll see you in the water. Bye-bye.